That's really dope.
Hey,
So go ahead. You want something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly.
I was going to talk about then. So you leave Memphis, get drafted and traded to Orlando. Yep. One of the most iconic jerseys.
Hey, I got a weak bladder, fella. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna be right back. Y'all keep it going. I'm 44 years old. I'm doing the best I can. Go ahead, Kelly.
That is a UD move right there, boy.
So, but I want to hear about that though, because going to Orlando, iconic duo between you and Shaq. That team was so dope. Talk about that. Talk about draft night, first of all.
I had to really audition for that, Mike. Even though I was coming out my draft year, I was projected to go top 5 for sure. Yeah. But I started doing the movie Blue Chips.
Dope movie.
And after I started doing the movie Blue Chips, I basically had to sell Shaq on me being the guy. I knew C. Webb, who was a good friend of mine. Fab Five, come on, man.
No doubt.
That was a dope.
By the way, unbelievable draft class. Jesus.
I mean, come on. And so I'm with Shaq the entire summer, so I just took advantage of it. I went to work out for the Magic the very first time. Nobody was at the airport to pick me up. Stuart Scott, rest in peace. ESPN Stuart Scott was an anchor in Orlando at the time. He picked me up, took me to McDonald's, and then took me to the arena back then. And I did a workout with the strength and conditioning coach and left. I told Shaq when I got back, I was like, nobody was at the airport. But I did do a workout, and that was with the strength and conditioning coach, and that's it. So about a month later, Shaq calls back and go, yo, y'all need to bring him back. I went back the second time. There's a church in Orlando in Winter Park. I can't remember the name of the church. That's where the Magic used to hoop in the summer because we were at the rec center. The rec center was right in the middle of the hood. Shout out to my boy Marquise Daniels because he's one of the little dudes that was running up to my car every day. Now he's an assistant coach at Auburn University. Chucky, and what's Chucky's last name? I'm tripping right now.
Played in the league?
Point guard.
Chucky Atkins?
Is it Chucky Atkins?
Chucky Atkins, yep.
Chucky Atkins, my bad, C. I'm getting old too. But Chucky was over there and all that. So we worked out, and they put Anthony Bowie, who was their best defender, who was the guy that was guarding Jordan and guarding Mitch Richmond and guarding all the top guards in the league for the Orlando Magic. And they brought me in and said, okay, if he could do well against Anthony Bowie in this setting, then, we'll see what he's all about. And I went into the setting, and I just destroyed the setting. I knew that was my audition. Shout out to Anthony Bowie, but, hey, I destroyed the session, went back and told Shaq I destroyed it, bro. There's no way that I didn't win them over with this session. And Dennis Scott was there, Nick Anderson was there, and I got their approval, and then the rest is history. Shaq did the rest. I went and worked out for Golden State. That's the only other team I went to visit. And Don Nelson sat in the stands. If you know Nelly.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Tim Hardaway played ones in front of Don. He's the only one in the stadium, in the stands, in the whole stadium. And he made Tim Hardaway just to try to destroy me, to see what kind of heart I had, what kind of game I had to try to get Tim's approval. And me and Tim just played ones the whole time, and that's the only other team I worked out for. And Shaq made the deal happen with me going to Orlando.
I love Tim Hardaway, but I don't know if he wants him.
I bet that was a good one.
That's my guy.
That was a good one. Hey, I got a question
step.
because I want to backpedal a little bit before my weak-ass bladder gave out.
Okay. Go for
it. Playing at home, people don't understand the responsibility and the pressure that comes with when you're playing at home.
Yeah.
But it's good pressure, but there's also a bad pressure because you're gonna lose some friends. You're gonna tell some people no, and they're not gonna like that you're gonna say no to a lot of things. Just talk about how you had to balance that. Because I've dealt with it, but you had to deal with it at a college level. I was in the pros, but you dealt with it you was younger, way more immature probably. How did you balance that?
It was hard because you only get so many tickets. It's not like I could get 40 tickets for the entire group, right?
Yes.
So someone was always going to be mad, and it started there. But on the floor, the pressure that came along with it, I felt like I was built for that pressure. But the other pressure, what you're talking about after the game, you didn't leave me tickets.
Yes.
Dealing with your boys, hey, I want to come to the next game, trying to shuffle tickets and all that. That type of stuff is being at home. It happens as well. But the actual pressure from hooping at Memphis, I enjoyed that, man. I loved hooping with my teammates. I wanted to win for the city. And I felt like at that time, man, I was trying to show who I really was. But there is a lot of pressure at home because you have to perform. And then you have so many people that want to come to the game, come to practice, come to the dorms, come to hang out. And it's not like I tried to like shun anybody or keep anybody out, but I was so locked in and focused on making it that I had to drop some people off that I used to hang out with that I couldn't hang out with anymore. And they started saying I was acting funny. And then when you go back to the hood, They had negative things to say or good things to say, whatever it was, and you had to deal with all of that by being home. That's just what comes along with it.
I mean, I heard it all. They gonna go in my pockets. They gonna do that. Well, first of all, if you gonna go in my pockets, where you gonna go after that? You can't stay here. You can't stay here. You can't stay here.
Right.
Like literally, that's a different kind of pressure that people don't understand, Penny, that we had to deal with. Because it's like keeping it real can go wrong. Like you got to cut some people off. Yeah, you got to cut some people off. But then everybody don't like when you cut their ass off.
Yeah.
So now it's a different kind of pressure that these people you grew up with, you feel like you kind of owe them a little bit. They might have looked out for you. People don't understand that kind of pressure.
Yeah, that is a lot of pressure, man. But we handled it. You like you said in the pros. You're making millions of dollars. You're with the Heat. Y'all winning championships. I can understand in Miami how hard it was for you. It was hard for me as well, but I didn't have the money like that. It was more basically on, hey, can we get tickets? Bring us on campus. Let us hang out. Yours was on a higher level for sure.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk real quick. You've been like iconically in the culture business too. Between the dopest jersey I ever seen.
Yes, he has.
One of the pair of dopest shoes.
The Foamposites.
And MJ wore the in the game. One of the best basketball movies of all time. Blue Chips. And the Little Penny.
Ooh. Man.
So I'm gonna tackle the first thing first.
That was because sometimes we often forget.
That's what I'm saying. I want that brought to light again.
Cold.
That's what I'm saying. Cold mouth. But I told you when I worked for him, it was the easiest sell in the world. You want to go play for Penny and Lil Penny?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the shoe though.
Yeah.
How that was created, how all that stuff. Were you involved in a lot of that with Nike?
Yeah. Well, the one thing about Nike, and I love the swoosh, and they've been great to me. I feel like it's been the best thing that happened to me, with the NBA. Outside of my, individual accolades as being, an Olympian and All-Star, they don't give you that nod unless you're really taking care of business, right, Mike? Like you were Rookie of the Year. You don't understand that. You were hooping in Orlando as well. So when you're hooping, then I got approached with an opportunity because they saw the promise in me. They saw the stardom in me. They saw that I was starting to ascend. And to me, that was nothing but respect. Like, hey, we want to give you your own shoe. So I knew I had arrived when Nike said, because they're not going to give you a shoe unless they know that they can market you. They know that they can get where they want to go.
Dollars and cents business too now.
Me, right?
Yeah.
You said what?
It's a dollars and cents business. They ain't going to do it unless they think they're going to make it.
Come on now.
That's right.
Come on. And, yeah, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So it made sense to them to give me a shoe. And when they came out with my sneaker line, I was totally involved. It went from what kind of cars do you like, sports cars? What kind of watches do you like? Because my shoe was going to be designed with the mindset of what I like, the expensive things that I like, what planes. Okay, I'm a G5 type of guy, not a Hawker 800. I'm just all these different things. They asked me these questions, and they molded this shoe and was like, from what you told us, this is what we think that you would like. And, man, I instantly loved the model that they made, and then they molded it to my foot, and it just seemed like from that point on, everything just took off, man, from the penny ones all the way up to the foams, everything that they made for me. The only thing that I had, the one thing that they had to do was I needed to have a sneaker that you can wear hooping, and that we can wear off the court with like jeans or sweats. I didn't want just to have a hoop shoe that you just had to leave at the gym. I wanted my shoe to be a lifestyle shoe and a hoop shoe.
So
I was ahead of the game.
The thing about him is he had a dope style, right? And he blessed me with so many Foamposites. When I knew he was one of the coldest basketball players ever, is that he got busy in them Foamposites. The fact that he took people.
But I think the difference in someone else just wearing a Foamposite because they're heavy.
Yeah.
They molded them to my foot.
There you go.
So when they're molded and shaped to you, it's different, right? For me. That's why I hooped in them. Everybody else trying to hoop in them now. They're heavy.
He blessed me. He gave me so many Foamposites, and they're the dopest shoe in the world. And I'm like, I wear them everywhere. Like he said, lifestyle.
We need to pull this up. I hooped in the Foamposites at Florida in Gainesville.
Oh, wow.
You had 4 points that game.
Foamposites at Gainesville and University of Florida. And I used my whole financial aid to pay $200 for the HOPENY. I remember to this day,
That's big time
the
right there.
first
That's
time
respect right there,
I spent
UD.
$200 on them joints, and I wore them in the tournament.
Hey, P, you can sleep tonight. MJ wore your shoes and UD wore your shoes in the game.
Oh yeah, it's over now.
A little bit of a gap, but we'll take it. Elevate your essentials this season with effortlessly cool, natural breathable underwear that stops sweat fast. Tommy John is all about inspiration, not perspiration. Inspiration can come from anywhere, especially when you're feeling confident. With Tommy John, your boy is always comfortable, always confident, and always inspired to be the best. You know, when I'm in the arena watching my team play, I gotta be cool, I gotta be comfortable, I gotta be confident. It's already an uptight, emotional situation. Gotta let my balls breathe just a little bit. That's where my Tommy John come in. And you can hoop in them too. They just that comfortable, fellas. Fellas, avoid a little loose ball foul with this little contour pouch right here. It keeps everything in position. We all know how important it is to make sure we in the right spot. And it helps with your print. In the summer with gray sweats. You want that print? Get that contour pouch. Get 25% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/OGs. Save 25% at TommyJohns.com/OGs.
Playoff basketball is here, and there is still plenty of game left to be played. Don't miss a second of hoops action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. From every game day until the trophy is lifted, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with same-game parlays, odds boost, and so much more. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code OGs. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code OGs and bet just $5 on any wager to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.